The rain on Silos 7 felt heavier than usual, a constant drum against the observation dome's reinforced polymer. Sergeant Alara Reyes wiped the condensation from the viewport, the distorted image of the eastern canyons blurring into streaks of grey. 5 years. 5 years she's watched the land slowly change, the Cathar activity increasing, the wildlife diminishing, the very air seeming to thicken with an oppressive weight. Another anomaly detected. Sergeant, Lieutenant Sharma's voice crackled over the comms. Sector Gamma 9. Speed impossible. Energy signature unfamiliar. Reyes sighed, the familiar knot of existential dread tightening in her stomach. It was always something. A flicker, a shadow, a shift in the static. Eta, 5 minutes. We're dispatching Bravo team to investigate. Sharma's voice held a tremor Reyes hadn't heard before. Inform Captain Jackson, Reyes said, her voice deliberately neutral, and remind Bravo to be cautious. This isn't a patrol anymore. This is hunting. Jackson's response was curt as always. Acknowledged. Bravo is your responsibility, Sergeant. Make sure they come back. Reyes stared at the swirling rain. Bravo team. Ramirez, the eager young pilot who still believed in the glory of the TCDF. He reminded her too much of herself, before Silos 7 had stripped away the idealism. The comms fled again. Sergeant, we have visual confirmation. It's not natural. Ramirez's voice was strained, tinged with something akin to terror. On the main screen, a distorted image materialized. It was an object, spherical and utterly black, moving at a speed that defied known physics. It pulsed with an unsettling energy, distorting the landscape around it. Then, with a flash of blinding light, Bravo team vanished. Report. Reyes barked, her voice tight. Silence. Only the hiss of static filled the comms. Bravo team. Respond. Jackson's voice was sharp with urgency. Still nothing. Reyes felt a chill crawl down her spine, colder than the rain. Scan for residual energy signatures. Anything. Everything. The readings flooded the console. Anomalous readings everywhere. Spatial distortions. Gravitational anomalies. Something else. Something she couldn't comprehend. Sergeant Sharma's voice was barely a whisper. The environment, it's changing. The flora, the atmosphere. Reyes looked out the viewport. The rain had stopped. The sky was a sickly green. The canyons were shrouded in an unnatural mist. Initiate Daedalus launch sequence, Reyes ordered, her voice betraying none of the fear twisting in her gut. We're leaving Silos 7. As the Daedalus engines roared to life, a new message appeared on the console. It was a transmission, originating from the object's last known location. It was visual, but distorted, fragmented. Through the static, Reyes saw flashes of vibrant color, impossible landscapes, alien architectures. And then she saw them. Bravo team. They weren't dead. They were different. Their eyes glowed with an ethereal light. They stood among the alien structures, serene, almost peaceful. One of them turned, and Reyes recognized Ramirez. He smiled a slow-knowing smile that sent a shiver down her spine. He raised a hand as if in greeting. What is that? Sharma stammered, her face pale. I don't know, Reyes said, her voice barely audible. But I have a feeling this isn't over. The transmission ended abruptly. Then, a single image remained on the screen, a complex geometric pattern pulsing with the same unsettling energy as the object. Beneath the image, a single line of text appeared: asterisk, the Guardians await. Asterisk. Suddenly, the Daedalus shuddered violently. Alarms blared. Sergeant was losing containment. Sharma yelled over the din. The Nexus is attempting to integrate. Reyes felt a dizzying sensation, a pulling, a twisting. The observation dome dissolved around her, replaced by a landscape of impossible beauty and terrifying strangeness. Towering trees dripped with bioluminescent moss. Rivers of liquid light flowed through valleys carved from crystal. She stood on a mossy bank, the air thick with the scent of unfamiliar blossoms. Lyra, the serene alien who's previously guided her, stood before her. Welcome, Ilara Reyes, Lyra said, her voice melodic and calming. You have crossed the threshold. Where am I? Reyes asked, her voice shaking. You are in the Nexus, a convergence point of realities, a place where worlds collide. Bravo team, they're here. Lyra nodded. They have become guardians, protectors of the Nexus, bound to its fate. Reyes saw them then, standing in the distance. Bravo team bathed in an otherworldly glow. They looked peaceful, powerful, but undeniably altered. Why me? Reyes asked. Why bring me here? Lyra's expression remained unreadable. You possess a unique resonance, a strength of will that is valuable. Valuable for what? The Nexus is in danger. There are forces that seek to exploit it. to tear it apart. And I suppose to stop them? You have a choice, Ilara Reyes. You can remain here and join the Guardians, or you can return to your world. But be warned, the passage is closing. Once it's sealed, there's no guarantee you'll ever be able to return. Reyes looked at Bravo Team, at the impossible beauty of the Nexus. She thought of Silas 7, of the rain, of the weight of responsibility. The geometric pattern she seen before materialized on her vision. A single voice echoed in her head: asterisk, the Guardians await. Asterisk. Then, a warning, a spatial anomaly ripple, distorting her vision, a sudden tear in reality forming right behind her. The passage is destabilizing, Lyra stated softly. Reyes took a deep breath. The decision was made. She turned her gaze back at the space in front of her.